Alright guys, so welcome back. Yeah, we're finally back in the kayak. It's been a couple weeks. I was away, and yeah, I just didn't get out the other weekend. I did try the South Shore a couple weekends ago for the first time, and that was fun, but I just caught mostly small fish. But yeah, it's always nice to try new places, you know, learn a couple things. Highly recommend, you know, just getting out of your comfort zone sometimes. So yeah, that was that. But now we're back in the Western Sound. Today I'm just gonna try this slightly new area, shallow, where I know there's some boulders that probably aren't fished too much. So I'm gonna try those, see if we can find a keeper sea bass and maybe a keeper fluke. Totally okay with porgies today. Haven't had, you know, like fresh fish in a while, so that's the goal. Definitely trying to bring some fish home. We had a lot of storms roll through this past week. You know, that's why I actually chose this area, because there's not really an inlet anywhere nearby. And I'm trying to stay away from inlets, runoff, because we got a ton of rain, a lot of wind. I think the water's going to be murky in a lot of places. Got the XI3 motor today. I want to use it a little bit more. Reading water temps of 69. So definitely cooled off a bit, I think, from the storm. I have a decent feeling about today. This is dead of summer. Tough fishing in the Western Sound, that's for sure. I know, you know, some of the people I'm talking to, yeah, just a few times I've been able to get out. You know, even the porgies are not very thick this year. They're catching a lot of spot now, you know, croakers in the Western Sound. It's like probably your best game in town right now. Yeah, I'm marking a lot of like little fuzzy stuff on the bottom there. I don't really know if that's meaningful. Could just be, you know, like seaweeds and stuff. I don't know what the hell that is. It's not very familiar to me. This does look like bait though. It's balled up like that. I'm gonna work this structure just a little bit. I'm not gonna work it too long, and then we're gonna keep moving, because there's just a lot of real estate I want to check out that way. What we're using right now, this is a 8-pound braid to a 15-pound leader, a 1/2 ounce, like a squid jig head, and just probably a 5 or 6 inch jerk shad. But it's not gulp, it's this regular shad, regular Zoom Fluke essentially. So we're gonna put some Procure on there. Procure. Solid little rock structure here. We could be catching anything here. I have no idea. We're in 30 feet. About 30 feet. Definitely marking some kind of like bait, or, you know, it could be like weeds or something, but I think it's bait. Tiny fluke. Okay. Kind of cool. The question is, do we stay or do we go? I don't think I'm gonna stay much longer. It's definitely good bait here. The explorer in me wants to keep finding new spots though. There's probably more fish on this thing, but yeah, I think I want to move. We're still marking that same looking bait. I don't know if it's bait though. Oh, had a bite. should come back because he got the scent on it. Yep. Sea bass, maybe? Yeah. Small sea bass. It's a good sign. Drift that again. Alright, let's try this. Basically trying just like a little slightly different area. Oh, it's a sea bass. Another small one. I think the scent is working though, because as soon as I put the scent on, I'm getting the hits. It could be coincidence, but let's not stop what's working. I think this is all small sea bass, so we're gonna move. Keep doing this, but I'm gonna try. My strategy now is we're gonna look for more like single boulders. Try to get those bigger ones, because it looks like for whatever reason there's a fair amount of smaller sea bass on, like, you know, the larger humps, chunkier stuff. So I'm trying now just like solo boulders, which are typically less fished and typically only hold like one fish, and if it's one, it's usually big. Alright, so that's a good view of the boulder. And it's about a 7-foot boulder. Yep, there's one. It's not that big. Bigger one of the day. Still not a keeper. We're gonna go right over this time. I can see fish. I see fish up there. Yeah. It's small. I think we'll try another one. Let's keep trying. You saw that? That fish is attacked. The sea bass can be so aggressive. It's just a lot of small ones though. That was crazy though. That sea bass swam up and just ate that thing, kept swimming. Oh, man, it'd be nice to catch something I can just, you know, fillet up. Some more sea bass. I don't know. think I'm gonna move. We keep trying, we still don't have a fish. I think I'm gonna keep moving this way until the tide completely bottoms out. And then we'll take the tide back, trying a different rocks. I'm gonna start to work a little bit shallower now. We're really not doing all that great. I thought I'd find some kind of keeper out here. I haven't found a single keeper fish of any kind yet. So I've resorted to some stand-up porgy fishing. Moved in a little shallower. Just gonna cast around. I'm in like 18 feet probably. So you can find some big porgies. I'm just gonna basically just drifting back slowly to some more boulders that I want to try, but that's pretty much it for trying to get big sea bass. That was a good porgy. Dang. You never know, you can get a fluke like this too. Should be drifting pretty quick, probably like a mile an hour. When you stand, move a little quicker with the wind. That feels good. Oh, that's a big porgy. Oh, that's a big porgy. Oh. Oh man. That's a giant porgy. Oh. Oh. That's what we want. It's probably 15 at least. Yeah, it's about 15. I'm telling you, they become like a sport fish at this size. A lot of fun. Alright, let's try to find some more. Go back into that water depth zone. Start drifting aimlessly again. That's all I'm doing. There's nothing special about this. Just finding a depth. And I know there's like a lot of little boulders everywhere here, but they're very tiny. So the porgies are just all around this, foraging. I'm just drifting aimlessly, getting lucky. That's a good one. This thing is cool. It's like fun too. That's not a big one. Oh, this feels better. Yeah. It's a good one. What do you think? Yeah, I'll try bigger. Boy, that looks like good fluke bait, but you can't. It would be illegal. The porgy's got to be 11 inches when you're fishing from a vessel. That's another good one. Oh yeah. Ooh. Keep that one. It could be a sea bass. Oh, big porgy. Oh. Oh, that's a big porgy. Oh, man. Dude. Oh. It's alright, we're releasing him anyway, but man. Oh boy, oh man. Oh. What is this? I think it's fouled. I don't know. Yeah. Oh. Dude, monster porgies out here. Oh my gosh. I think we should go over this nice rock here. Oh. It was a sea bass. It's so funny, they have such a different take. We're in 17 feet, so not very deep. Oh. What is that? Oh my gosh, this is heavy. What is this? Is this a big fluke? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Yes, oh my goodness. I am stoked right now. So happy right now. Look at it next to the porgy. This is gonna be a big fluke, man. Just want to get him on the stringer. Oh. He is not happy. All right, that is secured. That is one of my better flukes in a while. 22, 23, almost 23. Yeah. So it's like 22 and a half. That's a good one. Look at that jig, got him perfect. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. I mean, I was not expecting it, but kind of also semi-hopeful that it would happen. Well, let's see if we can find another one. I'm not gonna stay a whole lot longer. I feel like the mission has been accomplished. The crazy thing is, I didn't do anything different than what I've basically been doing all day. We're just trying to, you know, pinpoint bigger boulders. But I guess maybe that one was shallow. Definitely no one fished it. Yeah, I missed it the first time. So I went across here, missed the rock, went back, redid that drift, and that's when I got that fish, as you can see. Yeah, it really makes a difference when you're on the rock. So much. You know, my guess is that guy was hiding on top of the rock, which I've seen so many times out here, underwater videos and stuff that I've done. It's 10 o'clock. I'll probably start heading in now. We'll go slow, see if we find anything. There's no reason to keep porgies, so I'm not gonna just drift aimlessly anymore. Yeah, it's a nice fish. All right, just a couple more boulders here. Really just prospecting. Oh, that's a fluke. Not a very big one. It's cool to see more fluke around though. Oh. Come on, buddy, you don't want that, trust me. Alright guys, so that's gonna wrap it up. An overall excellent morning, all things considered. I really wasn't, you know, expecting all that much today because it's just been pretty tough, I know, for everybody, especially in the Western Sound. Yeah, it's just kind of hard to find fish. You know, there just haven't been a lot of fish around. Even the porgies have been tough. So I was very thankful to find some porgies, you know, some short sea bass. But at least I found some sea bass. Once I kind of realized that that wasn't really working out in that 30-foot zone, and I really couldn't get to like the 50-60-foot depth, and I just decided to come in shallow, work the like really shallow stuff for porgies, kind of put a meal together. Thankfully there's a couple big ones around, but I definitely had to search around. You know, the porgies aren't really stacked, you kind of have to move around. And then I came across that one boulder, and thankfully, you know, I took a little bit of time to work it, and on the second pass, you know, I definitely came down right down the middle and that fluke had to be probably on the top of that boulder. That's probably the second biggest fluke I've caught in the sound. I've caught one other a while back, probably like 2019, and it was like 25 inches. So, you know, the sound fish don't really get that big. If you get a 20-incher, it's a good fish. And I didn't really, you know, run into many other fluke, so it's nice to get that one nice quality fish. If you're, you know, in that murky water, your bait could be like 10 feet away from a fluke and you wouldn't see it. So clear water with fluking, I think, is very key. Just thankful to get out. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one. See what we're doing. All right, so those are the porgy fillets. As you can see, they look pretty good when you bleed the fish and take out all the bloodlines. But yeah, this is a nice size fluke. They're definitely an ambush predator. They lie on the bottom. The bigger they get, I feel like the more that they are less likely to break cover. The small ones will seem to, you know, chase baits, as you've seen on underwater footage of mine. But this big one now, when they get pretty big like this, I actually do like to cut them down the spine and then cut the 4 different sections. You know, with smaller ones, it's easier to just kind of run your knife through the spine. But look how thick these fillets are. And yeah, many times it just doesn't work out when the fish is really thick to do that other method. Yeah, as you're seeing here, I'm just following the lateral line. That's a really good indicator of where the backbone is. So you just make that initial cut along the backbone and then kind of cut, you know, to the side along the rib bones. So it may look a little bit like there's a little bit of wasted meat there on the sides, but that's just the ribbons, and with all the regulations on using them for bait, it's so complicated I just don't even bother. And that's just some of the porgy that I fried up for the kids. I have a recipe on that on a previous video. For this fluke recipe, all you need is a green onion and ginger. That's those 2 ingredients. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees. You could do anywhere from 400 to 425. And then we'll put the pieces of the fluke into little foil pouches. So, you know, try to keep them the same size. So yeah, see, I'm just dicing up the ginger, you know, make it as small as you can, and then use quite a bit. You know, I wasn't afraid to use the amount, and I think it just really goes good with the sauce that you're gonna make later too. So yeah, don't be afraid to use a good amount of this, because, you know, if you don't really want to eat it, then you can always just kind of put it to the side, and at least the flavor will be in the sauce. So for the sauce, you're gonna use vinegar, and you know, I'm just eyeballing this. A little bit of sesame oil, so I think more sesame oil than vinegar, and then soy sauce you're probably going to do the most, so the most soy sauce, and then the most oil, and then the least amount of the vinegar. You stir this up, and it actually will thicken once you stir it up enough, so make sure you thicken it, and then just drizzle it, yeah, on the fish and the ginger and the green onion. And then you're going to cover the pouches with, you know, leaving a little bit of air so that they sort of steam a little bit inside there. All right, so you put it in the oven. I had some cauliflower going in there, so I did increase the temperature to 425. But I think this would probably need about, you know, anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. And maybe those thick ones probably need a little more, like 12 minutes. So yeah, just, you know, pull them out after they're done, let them cool a little bit. You get the nice steam in there. That's how you know they're done. You should be able to smell it too when they're done. But yeah, that's it. You just plate it and then serve. I want to see what you think.
Okay, what is it?
So it's like ginger, green onion, and soy sauce, sesame.
Mmm.
It reminds you of a Filipino dish.
We call it paksiw. It's really good.
It is really good.
Your favorite.
So good. That's one of my favorite ways.
This is good. I like this a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing. That is amazing.
I don't need the soy sauce making anymore. Already
So good. It's like the ginger mixed with that green onion almost gives it this like zest taste with the soy sauce. Definitely give it a try.
It's really good.